What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Papa G's House. A little bit of a different one, but once again, I bring back one of my old friends, none other than Jarredsworld, aka Jared Ronenberg, aka J-Rad, aka Yabra. How's it going, dude?
Yeah, good and you, bro.
Welcome back on the show.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a while.
It's been a while. It's kind of hard and sometimes different when you spend a lot of time with a friend and now you've got to
Sit down and actually put things,
sit down and it's not an interview, it's a conversation.
Yeah.
But always
because
fun.
this is what we do every day, so might as well just put a mic in front of us.
100%. But dude, there's so much to talk about. This is going to be a different one for the listeners. We're going to be talking, a little bit about music and stuff. But like I said in previous episodes, I'm going to be concentrating on stuff that I love, and one of those things that I love is sports.
Yep.
Mixed martial arts, rugby, basketball, even getting into NFL now. Dude.
Oh, there we go.
But so I'm going to have Kevin Rule on soon.
What's he follow?
He loves NFL. Dude.
Oh, does he?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I think he's a 49ers fan. But so him and I are discussing what team I'm going to be supporting. But I think I'm going to be supporting the Eagles.
What makes you support the Eagles? Seeing as you're not American.
Sure. Okay. Do you want to get into it?
Yeah,
Fine.
might as well.
Let's get into it.
Because, I wouldn't know how to pick.
All right. So I've only just discovered the NFL and what's going on in it. And everybody knows who Tom Brady is.
Yep.
New England Patriots, quarterback, the GOAT, 7 rings, 7 Super Bowls, Lombardi trophies. And everybody focuses on the quarterback. The quarterback is always the star and all that kind of jazz. And it's always been like that, since Dan Marino. I mean, Dan Marino was in Ace Ventura.
Oh, yes. The first one.
Yeah, the Miami Dolphins
Yes.
quarterback. So it goes, the history is very, very, very old. And every year they have the Super Bowl, and then they have that halftime show, and it's a huge thing. It's
and all the adverts.
It's literally like the Olympics in America for sports. I mean, I don't even think the NBA does it as big as they do. And so I've become more and more fascinated with it. But essentially, you've now got the Kansas City Chiefs, who are the reigning Super Bowl champions, and Kevin doesn't like them at all because they've got Patrick Mahomes, who's considered the best quarterback
of the time now.
Well, also the most talented. I mean, he's got a
Are they saying
resume.
of the time now or of all time?
Well, I think they're already projecting him to be greater. I mean, he'll have a different argument.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But and then Travis Kelce, who is the tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, is now dating Taylor Swift.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so I started getting involved, and I was like, okay, I know Aaron Rodgers, I know Patrick Mahomes, I know a lot of Jalen Hurts, a bunch.
All these names are French to me.
Yeah. But this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's so many names, and then you start to realize, okay, these guys have got personalities, and they've got all branch off vibes. Like the Kelce brothers have a podcast called New Heights, and it is hilarious. They are so funny together, and so I've been getting involved, and I'm going to support the Eagles to answer your question, because Jason Kelce, and I wonder if we could show it. I think they've got rights and stuff.
I'm sure.
But when the Philadelphia Eagles won their first Super Bowl, he did this speech, and he did it in this crazy suit, and it was like an underdog story.
Wait, how many years ago was this?
2017.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not that long ago.
Yeah, I'll show you straight
Okay.
after this. It is a gut wrencher. It's a tearjerker gut wrencher. It's like people were comparing the speech to Martin Luther King, "I Have a Dream" kind of vibes.
I was gonna say, but yeah, no.
What were you going to say?
I can't remember.
I'm just sitting
That's
here
all-
talking, and then you want to say something, and you say,
No,
"I'm not
keep
gonna
going.
say." Yeah, so it was an incredible thing, and then now there's a documentary called Kelce out on Amazon Prime.
And that's the documentary you're telling me about.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and they play for the Eagles.
He plays.
Oh,
for the
he
Eagles.
plays.
His brother plays for the Chiefs.
Okay.
Who is current Super Bowl champions. So anyway, I mean, it's exciting stuff. And there's one thing America does really well with their sports: big drama show.
Oh yeah,
big drama show. So like overtimes and
a game lasts like 5 hours,
in the last second, or like a last minute 3-pointer. It's so exciting. I absolutely love it. The NBA season's starting now. My Mavs are looking.
Yeah, we've already watched
great.
a game together.
We watched Real Madrid versus the Dallas Mavericks. My team is the Mavericks. Right, Luka Doncic is my boy, and they lost. But that's the club that Luka came from.
Okay.
So Luka used to play at Real Madrid. They won the Euro League and all that kind of stuff. He was Euro League MVP. And then he got drafted to the Dallas Mavericks in 2018, and that's where he spent his first 6 years in the NBA. But now he's just got Kyrie Irving, and they've just done some big moves in the off season, but they still lost their first 2 preseason games, so it's not looking good.
Yeah, well, at least it's preseason. I mean, I know that still means a lot, but at least they can still turn things around.
Yeah, for sure. On to more pressing matters, dude.
Wait, I want to find out, back to American football. We were having this conversation the other day. I think it was during the rugby of how things are. All these rules are just becoming like ridiculous, and it's taking almost the fun away from sports. It's just getting too serious. And I brought up that
too serious, or getting too serious about safety, though?
No, about safety. And and American football now, you were saying, has created all these new rules around what's been happening for the past, years of all these past American football players are just like brain issues
CTE.
And all the
CTE is the correct term for it. I'm not gonna try and the last
actual word
is encephalopathy or something like that. It's chronic trauma to the brain. It's obviously always head trauma. And the same thing has happened in rugby. I mean, there's currently a lawsuit with some rugby teams where they've all kind of developed early onset dementia. And the Aaron Hernandez story.
Yes, yeah.
That was on Netflix, and he did some heinous things, and he was earning all this money, and they just couldn't understand why. And then they examined his brain after he passed away, and it showed some serious brain trauma. And there's lobe, I think it's the frontal lobe where all the inhibitions,
if you're running into people head first, it's bound to happen.
Yeah, but I've also heard of accidents where people get into an accident, they damage the frontal lobe. They have it's your tact button. It's you're I don't know. I'm not gonna try and pronounce on it. I'm not a medical professional, but I know it's not good. But so they are making the sport safer, but geez, there's still some massive hits. They're just not directed to the head. And unnecessary roughness is what they call it.
But also then going back to the rugby now, I enjoy my rugby, but I'm not a massive fan. But hearing the last game that we played, all these rules that have changed, and it's making it very hard for a game to actually not to follow, but for a game to actually just happen, because there's so many of these little rules now that they've introduced for safety, but it's also just making it a
bit within reason, I suppose. Everything happens within reason. You can't go and spear tackle guy and put him on his head. You can't connect shoulder or head to head on head. The rest of it, it's normal, offsides and all that kind of stuff.
Also, I'm speaking from people that were speaking around me that knew
also
the sport more.
If the guy's going to be catching a high ball, you can't be taking his legs underneath him because he's...
But those have always been the rules, though.
Yeah, but they've become a lot more strict, especially when it comes to contact, shoulder to shoulder, head contact.
Yeah.
So I think for me, I don't believe it's really affected the game too much. But it's
as I say, noob. So I'm just
no, for sure. Yeah. No, I think but I think it's all necessary.
Yeah, no, totally. I think people's longevity of life and also in the sport is way more important than just let's get scores.
But there's nothing like a brutal hit.
Oh yeah, no.
There's nothing like a brutal hit.
And at least it still happens, and if you do it right, it's still fine.
No,
so
for
there we go.
For sure. But dude, the pressing matters. Oh my word! Is the UFC has come out with breaking news.
There's things just happening left, right, and center.
I don't know when this is going to be released. I mean, obviously we've got the World Cup this weekend. Quarterfinals. I don't think we're going to get it up before then. Who's going to watch this on a Saturday or Sunday? So here's hoping that South Africa get through.
What's your prediction?
So I'm going to make a couple of predictions regarding the Rugby World Cup before we move on to the UFC. Wales versus Argentina tomorrow. I reckon Wales gets it done.
I'm calling Argentina. Don't know why, but I am.
Oh, jeez, I maybe spoke too quickly as well. The Argentines are they're like, what do you call them? Unpredictable. So we've got Wales, Argentina tomorrow at 5:00. I still think Wales comes out of it. Then we've got Ireland, New Zealand.
Yeah.
I'm saying Ireland takes it.
I'm going New Zealand. That's interesting. Okay,
all right, so
this
Wales,
is going to be interesting.
Ireland for me, Argentina, New Zealand for you. England versus Fiji. I'm saying England take it, but I'm rooting for Fiji.
Okay.
I'm rooting
because earlier you said Fiji, but I think England's going to take it.
But also Fiji came. Fiji lost to Portugal, didn't they? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
But I'm rooting for Fiji nonetheless. Think England comes out, and then hopefully South Africa comes out on top, and then we can talk maybe next week about what's happening there. But then,
what do you think? Because I'm saying this because on a band group, and the one guy was saying that he's reading into this, and he's going, our game plan this whole World Cup has been to just mess with people's heads. Like, we've changed our plan constantly, and how we've taken certain penalties instead of doing a line out. We've done kicks or not done kicks, and we've done this, and it's been a very similar plan per game, where each game is completely different, but in that game we do the same kind of things. And it was just a very interesting take, obviously, from someone that follows the sport closely, to hear all these little insights. So I'm interested to think what. Yeah. What do you think?
You never know. It's all what people say and what people do are two different things.
And what South Africa does is
that's the one thing we know very well from being involved or watching the fight game very closely.
No, totally. Especially
they
recently.
Say one thing and they do another. Yeah. So Rusty's also been playing a lot of mind games.
Yeah, 100%.
In this whole lead up to every single game, I think there's been some sort of quote from him
which has been great.
Yeah. But listen, it's just hard-nosed rugby. Let's see what happens.
Let's not give scores, but let's give a difference of points then.
What, between France and South Africa? I think it's going to be between 3 and 7 points. It's going to be close.
Yeah, I was going maybe more 10, but
no, I think it's going to be
even closer. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, let's hope not, but only Sunday will tell.
I cannot wait. But, anyway, let's just hope we have the same glory we did 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
Now we're on to UFC.
Yes. We're not going to recap the card from last week. We're not going to look forward to the card this week. We're talking purely UFC 294.
Yeah.
Now, Hamza Chimaev was supposed to fight Paulo Costa.
Yes.
Not happening. Now, Islam Makhachev was supposed to fight Charles Oliveira.
Not happening.
Now, it's so crazy how the whole event basically falls apart.
Yeah.
And they managed to somehow
make it better.
No, but they made it better.
No.
Volk, bro. Volk.
Dude,
Volk is back.
It's going to be good.
Islam Volk 2 for the main event for the lightweight title on 11 days' notice.
Yeah.
They don't call him the Great for no reason.
Yeah. And he'll be down for anything.
He's one of my favorite guys right now. He's just there's a meme
that's
going
because
around.
He's a rugger butt, that's why.
Yeah, he is. Did you see the meme that went around with him carrying his nuts in a wheelbarrow?
No.
South Park. It was a South Park thing.
Okay, yeah.
So he's around there wheelbarrowing his nuts all over the place because it's just they're too heavy. Dude, I'm so pumped. I hope
It's going to be great.
I hope that he pulls it off. And I hope that he pulls it off like in emphatic fashion.
Well, knowing the way Volk is going now, he will pull it off. But also,
no, well, I mean,
so many things.
He's lost to him already, dude.
Yeah,
he's lost to him already. So it's a difficult one. But you never know.
You never know. Things have been thrown sideways.
Like last
recently.
weekend, Bobby Green. Nobody gave Bobby Green a chance. What happened? One punch.
Yeah.
Boom.
Adesanya, Drickus.
Yeah.
I mean, things have just been going crazy.
So I'm so amped. I hope it's a tough ask, but I hope that he pulls it off. And then I couldn't believe it. So Costa gets removed because he had surgery.
A
couple of weeks ago.
And also
But
back to why.
But then he got infected apparently. Yeah. But like stupid to have surgery 3 weeks out
soon,
from the fight. I think he was trying to pull like the hardcore, or he just knew he wasn't going to be able to fight and then just like played the game because he is a bit of a troll. And
good old Costa.
I thought it was going to be Jared Cannonier. I thought it was going to be
potentially Drickus.
Possibly Drickus.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, Kamaru Usman from welterweight had some struggles in his last two fights against title fights against Leon Edwards. And in fair game, Leon Edwards took it. Head kick.
Yeah.
Headshot.
Yeah.
Bang.
It was good.
Yo. And then now he's taking on Hamzat.
And he's going. That's cool because he's weight class lower. Hey.
Yeah, and he's another wrestler.
Yeah.
So it's Chechen wrestling versus American wrestling. We'll see what happens.
Oh, gotta love some Usman. Yo, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. But other than that, it's gonna be a sick card. I mean,
and Oliveira went out because he's last round of sparring or something cut his face.
He's got a massive cut above his eye. It's insane.
Yeah, it just shows how like you think that them training for these fights, it's like, oh no, they should take it easy. But no, like those training sessions are the fights as well.
No, for sure. Let's check the rest of the card quickly. Because it's a banger. It's in Abu Dhabi. This weekend.
Okay. Yeah.
We're recording this the week after.
Is this is that Yas Island?
I'm not sure, but it's in Abu Dhabi. So Islam Volk main event. Kamaru Usman, Hamzat Chimaev co-main event at middleweight. Eh?
Yeah, I know, it's insane.
That's the thing you need to understand is Kamaru's going up in weight.
Oh, he's going up. Yes.
Oh, I didn't know this. Ankalaev is fighting Johnny Walker. Shit, that's a good fight. Was
Walker always on that card?
I didn't know. I didn't even see it.
And he won his last fight.
Why is there only 3?
Only 3 on the main card.
Yeah, it only shows 3 on the main card. That's very strange. Anyway, Trevor Peak.
Maybe they're going to add some more.
Nathaniel Wood is fighting, and that's like the only name value.
I'm excited. I'm excited for Walker because I always enjoyed his fights. And then after he did that worm thing and he busted his shoulder, then after that, his fights just went downhill. And then he won his last fight. Yeah. So now he's like finally got a win. So let's hope he does pull something out the bag. I've just always enjoyed him. I don't know. Maybe it's the name, Johnny Walker. I mean, hello.
Well, I mean, he is hilarious. I mean, he did pop his shoulder doing a celebration. I mean, absolutely ridiculous. I mean, what on earth are you thinking?
At least it happened after the fight and he could recover. So, but I mean, yes, it was fun.
Apparently, Poirier was offered the fight. Apparently, Gaethje was offered the fight. Poirier accepted. Gaethje said he couldn't make the weight on in time.
Yeah, understandable.
Volk gets it. Now, Volk was supposed to fight Ilia Topuria on 20 January against Topuria. Sorry. Volk was supposed to fight Topuria for the title.
Yes.
Featherweight title on the 20th of January. Now, breaking news. Guess who's fighting for the interim featherweight title is Topuria versus Max.
Oh, okay.
Max Holloway, yeah.
When's that?
20th of Jan. Same date.
Okay.
Because Volk is stepping up now, he's not going to be able to make the featherweight title. So they're going to do an interim. And if he loses on Saturday, he still gets a unification bout, which, yes, he's in such a cushy position.
Yeah, no, that's all good.
I mean,
he's
if he
worked
loses,
there. Yeah.
it's like, I hope he doesn't lose. I really, like, I'm praying to the MMA gods that Volk pulls this off, because it will be so great for his legacy.
Yeah.
And, you know, Khabib's already got the GOAT status, bro. We don't need bloody Islam coming and spoiling the party.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's my news for UFC this weekend. Otherwise, I'm fixated on the rugby.
Let's go back to all the other stuff that's happening in UFC with all this like doping and checking.
Oh, that's the last.
Connor's trying to come up, and
that's the last breaking news. Shit, I almost forgot.
Yeah, how can you forget that? That's like huge.
It possibly is the biggest news. So, USADA and UFC are now parting ways, and it's so hectic because like they came in and they were like the gold standard. Now they are at loggerheads. They're putting out press releases. The UFC saying it's trash content.
USADA
and USADA.
USADA is?
It's an anti-doping program that the UFC were contracted to make sure that the sport's clean.
So it's like the medical side of...
At least the company is clean, you know. So they're going around, they test all the fighters and stuff. But apparently, what USADA are saying is that the relationship soured over discussions surrounding Conor McGregor and his entry and when he wanted to fight and all that kind of stuff. And USADA is saying that they stayed very, very strict according to the rules. You have to be in the pool for 6 months, and then you have to...
you have to make it into the pool.
No. You have to enter the pool,
yeah,
submit 2 clean tests, and stay in the pool for 6 months before you fight.
Yeah, okay.
And so apparently the talk soured there. Apparently they had a meeting in May where everything seemed fine to them, but then all of a sudden Hunter Campbell, who is the legal guy of the UFC, goes, no, we're going to go in a different direction. And apparently it all popped off there. But apparently they're claiming that the UFC are claiming that they treated Conor badly, etc., etc. Everybody's going, I smell bullshit.
Yeah, totally.
It's just almost like a cover job, like we're trying to cover up. But I don't really care, to be honest. It's neither here or there for me, as long as they still introduce a...
Yeah, because you can't have guys now just going, oh, we're not going to get tested, because
no,
a lot of them are going to just roid up.
From January, they're going to... international drug-free sport is taking over.
Okay, so someone is taking over. Okay, cool.
But, so I was like, no, but the thing is, what made me think is that they've got guys like in the Contender Series. So that's like a gateway to the UFC, right?
Dana White's Contender.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So they'll fight to get a UFC contract, but a lot of the time you'll see these guys fighting like 2 weeks later after their, or 3 weeks or early thing, where they haven't tested for 6 months. No. So who are they applying this rule to? Are the rules consistent, etc.? So it brings into question a lot of
and maybe people are going to look into it now more so, seeing as this whole thing's happened.
Well, I doubt it. Like John Jones has even come out going, check these clowns.
Yeah, well, because he doesn't want to get...
exactly. Look, I'm still standing. They're gone. They're out of here. So it's kind of made a bit of a mockery of the situation.
Yeah.
Which is very entertaining for guys like you and me to watch and talk about it. But in
the sense of the sport, you can't have that kind of stuff happening.
Apparently, a lot of what they did pissed a lot of fighters off in terms of like waking them up on fight day at like 3 and 4 in the morning trying to get a piss sample and really inconvenient times and like purposefully inconveniencing these guys and having to like put on a fake smile and go like, are you fucking serious? So yeah.
So a few fighters have come out and said this kind of stuff.
Plenty. Even Volk in when was it? I think when he was in Abu Dhabi and fought, he was like, what the hell are these people doing? I had to like take sleeping pills to try and get back to sleep, etc., etc. So it was apparently a bit of a I mean, they've inconvenienced a lot of fighters, but no, you're not going to keep everybody happy. There's like 650, 700 people on their roster.
Yeah, no,
so,
exactly.
I mean, geez. But be that as it may, goodbye USADA. Welcome drug-free sport.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Well, saying that, I heard something today at work, which I hadn't heard before. They were saying that apparently all the rugby teams had to be drug tested, and apparently 2 countries out of all the countries that were part of the World Cup didn't hand in their drug tests, and South Africa was one of them, and they had to hand it in by today. And
then we can't fly the flag or something like that.
There was something, and then I left. I was like, I'm done with work. So I don't know what they were saying, but I mean, there was something to do with that. So I was wondering if you knew more about it, or
I saw something like that online, but I read it and I can't tell you what it is.
Okay.
Honestly, like, but you know how they always manage to sort everything.
Yeah, no, of course.
That still doesn't have they're still gonna fly the flag.
Yeah,
they're still gonna do everything they need to do. I think it's just a media thing. I don't know. Let's just boil it down to that. I don't think
maybe it's a Erasmus like prank thing is happening again.
Who knows?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
What that guy's up to. All right, enough about what? Enough about the rugby and all that nonsense. Mike Pocock is going to see the newly minted "Thy Art Is Murder" tonight with the new vocalist.
And Fit for an Autopsy.
And who else is on that tour? There's a couple others.
Those were the 2 main ones that I would love to see. I can't remember. There were, I think, 4 bands that were touring around. 4 of them touring around together, if I remember correctly. But yeah, flip, that would be a dream. Even though CJ's not in it, and I know you had a chat with Mike about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were kind of we were like neutral about the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks, but whatever.
There's more to it. That's basically what we said.
we also not a part of the band. We don't know what's going on and what the rest of the guys feel like. So it sucks. I mean, for me, if I was Mike, it would suck to go watch the art without CJ.
Yeah.
But hey, it's one person in the band that's not there. So, and the new guy, I can't remember his name, is pulling it off from the videos and stuff I've seen.
Yeah.
So, and the album that he recorded, I mean, it sounds very similar to CJ. He's not that far off. So,
is it?
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. I mean, I luckily haven't followed the band for
not
too
luckily. You're missing out.
Luckily? No, just luckily for me in that like I don't have any emotional attachment to
I see what you're saying.
But yeah, I'm looking forward. We're recording a Metalized Monday is tomorrow, where I'm going to hear all about it.
Yeah.
So
and see all the footage.
Yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the content, by the way. We're coming back thick and fast. Yeah. So we're going to be doing multiple episodes with you and I, but yeah, dude, lots of sport to be talked about in terms of like UFC and stuff.
Yeah.
But
and the rugby at the moment.
Yeah. But you and I both been listening to some new tunes. Obviously, I like the new Day Shell. I might be doing, a couple of reactions. It's kind of hard. Like, so people send me songs, I listen to them, then I'm like, oh, I want to do a reaction. And then you're like, is it a true reaction if you've heard it already?
No, exactly.
But I'm going to do them anyway.
But you also know that those guys doing reactions when they say, I haven't heard this before. I mean, I'm sure they did. Yeah, but
I'm honest.
Yeah. Well, are you?
I want to let people know that I've seen this thing before. And it's not a straight up reaction. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. But I always go
So speaking of shows.
Yes.
I know your drummer Damien went to Blink 182 in UK last night.
He said they're amazing.
Yeah, my mate was there at the show, and he ended up actually video calling me the whole show. Or basically, I sent him songs. I was like, I want this song, this song, this song, this song, this song, and then as soon as they came up, he video called me, and he basically just let me watch the whole show. And it was, I mean, besides everyone screaming and stuff and singing the wrong words, it was flippin' sick. Yes, and they have come back hard, and playing all the old school stuff. I mean, they played Damn It. They played, I mean, obviously they're going to play What's My Age Again. But I mean, I didn't expect them to play Damn It. And that was their closing song. And I couldn't see the whole stage. He was in the seated area. But for a lot of the show, Travis was up in the air playing drums. So his drum riser was like floating around. I don't know if it was moving. I can see. We can ask Damien when he comes back.
Sure.
But he was definitely
he sent
like
me a photo
cruising
today,
around.
but it was quite hard to see. It was quite high up.
Yeah, it was. I mean, and from my friend's phone, the audio was great. It like you could hear it was amazing. So
That's awesome.
For someone that wasn't even at the show, it was a great show.
Yeah, they've come back hard.
Yeah.
They've come back super
Well, I mean,
hard.
it's been 10 years since the original lineup. I mean, I guess you can call Travis original, even though he's not really original, but he is so the original.
He is the original, let's be honest.
Yeah, exactly. And yo, dude, they swinging hard, and that stadium was packed. I mean, once again from my friend's video, but I mean, it looks sick. So
that's awesome, dude. Yeah, no, I mean, they are going all the way around the world. Like, where have they been? They've
not to South Africa.
No, they're not coming here. I mean, they wouldn't be able to fill a stadium here, don't you think?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Not a stadium. I think they could do Grand West.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, definitely
easy.
not. Definitely, which would still be beneficial for them. I mean, this is. I mean, speaking
Says
to
who?
No.
Says who?
So speaking to a lot of promoters, why a lot of bands haven't come here is because also it wasn't on their radar. But what a lot of promoters realize is that often when they fly from Australia or New Zealand or something, they can fly straight here to their next destination, especially if they're going back to America or going to America, depends where the band's from. And that's often what these promoters have done, is just made their trip one stop less to stop off in South Africa, do a couple of shows, earn more money, and then carry on with their tour. And it adds to their tour, even though it's not as big as what they would be used to. So, I mean, bands like Blink can come. It's just, obviously, you have to have the right promoter to kind of bring that kind of stuff down. Yeah, but it's very possible. I mean, Blink can definitely play in South Africa, and not only Blink. I mean, all the international bands, which we've seen. I mean, South Africa's improved a lot with the bands that we bring down. So
we have, but like we still haven't made it seamless. You know?
No, yeah.
Where everywhere. I mean, we are in this little pocket in the southern hemisphere. You know? It's like. And the flights getting overseas.
It's insane.
Like just getting from here overseas, it's insane.
And the problem with bands like Metallica or Blink or stuff is it's not just the band that you have to put up in a hotel.
Crew.
You've got crew of like at least.
Well, remember when Iron Maiden did their world tour? They took a whole plane.
No, yeah, well, that's also because Bruce flies planes, so I mean that's pretty easy. He flew the plane everywhere, so that's flipping sick for him.
Still a plane.
Yeah, but I mean, I've done shows, played at shows with bands, international bands that have had crew of like over 100.
Crazy.
And that's nothing like Metallica size. So I can just imagine or Blink size. I mean, they must have an insane crew, and you have to fly all of them down.
Mm-hmm.
It's that's where the issue comes in. It's not bringing the band down. It's making sure that everyone can come down for their specs.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, and it's possible.
Well, think of the smaller bands that come down. They bring like engineer.
Yeah.
Maybe one engineer, or maybe one engineer that'll tech as well, and then maybe one extra guy.
Yeah. Generally, with your smaller big bands, when I say still big bands, they will definitely have an engineer. And they will definitely have at least one tech. So like Under Oath, when they came here, it was just an engineer and a tech.
Yo, we had a big catch up about
your
the other night. Just reminiscing about your times getting to work with them. Who were the other bands that you got to work with? Was Every Time I Die, wasn't it?
Yeah, Every Time I Die.
And then there's a new band called Many Eyes now. What?
Oh, yeah, that's Keith Buckley's new band.
And then Better Lovers is the other. So it's like Many Eyes versus Better Lovers coming to a theater near you.
And literally
The
just
Buckley
heard
Brothers.
the Better Eyes.
Better Lovers?
I heard the Many Eyes very first song that they've launched literally about an hour ago. And it sounds pretty cool.
Okay.
It sounds like a Every Time I Die, definitely Keith Buckley kind of doing the things.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds cool. Would love to actually give it a proper listen. But I mean, Better Lovers, that hits hard. It's
nice. I haven't given it too much of a
enjoy my my hardcore, and
nice.
That is some flipping good hardcore.
Nice, dude. Nice. I'm looking forward to it. Also looking forward to a new hardcore band coming out of Cape Town.
Oh, yeah.
Talon. My buddy CP. Or I mean, I've known Brett and like those dudes for a while. Not necessarily everybody else, but Brett. And then CP. We all know CP.
Yeah.
He's so they're playing their first show at Evol. On the 24th of November. I'm going to go check it out.
And then there's a show at Armchair as well.
I'm playing. I'm not playing. I'm going.
I'm saying they've got a show after Evil at Armchair as well.
Oh, really?
I'm sure I saw.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, I'm going to go see Infanteria on
sick.
Friday.
First show back in Cape Town in
long time.
Jeepers.
Hopefully, I'm going to catch Chris for a little sit down.
Oh, nice. So you're going to take a little pod to the show?
No. I'm hopefully going to get him around here,
nice.
or we can do a Zoom.
Because he lives in UK now, hey?
Yeah.
And he only comes down, obviously, to visit family and stuff, I'm sure. Yeah. And then to do a show when he
here and there. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Perfect way to do it. They've been around forever.
Yeah.
And they released their album, not too long ago, hey? It was maybe just a little over a year ago.
Yeah, I think it was.
So, I mean, those songs live are going to be fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh.
But didn't you say you saw them semi-recently?
No. I was chatting to Adrian earlier. So, not earlier this week. And
Adrian Langfeld.
Yeah. And I didn't even know about it, to be honest with you. And I was like, send me the link. And he sent me the link, and then I bought my ticket straight away. So I knew that I was going.
Yeah. Sick.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You should come.
Yeah, where's that?
Friday at Armchair with Halvar.
Okay. This Friday?
Yeah.
Or next
this Friday, yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be sick. What I might do as well for a podcast is take my camera, take a bunch of videos, have the discussion, and have all the videos going on in the background.
Just a little reaction.
Like I did with Mike. I mean, I think a few people appreciated that, where Mike and I were chatting and we had like the Varkin stuff going on in the middle.
I love that because, I mean, you always see other people's videos.
Gives you context to what you're talking about.
I don't know. It was weird because it was still a cell phone video, but it was coming from someone that I know that you go that's like a sick. I don't know. It just made it better.
It was sick. I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed editing it. Dude.
Yeah,
it was a blast.
Yes, Mike's living the dream there.
Bro, I can't even.
I'm
tell
sure.
You, like I get
works hard.
I get jealous. Like he's like, he messages me today and he's like, "Hey, bro, do you want to record a podcast before the rugby tomorrow? I want the event fresh in my mind."
Yeah.
And I was like, hell yeah. So like Metalized Man, he was like, "Yo, let's do it every 2 weeks." 1 week later, he's like, "Let's do it again." I'm like,
that's only because he gets to go watch shows like all the time, because in Europe,
it's great
shows
for me.
all the time.
It's great for me because I get to hear about it.
Yeah.
And then everybody else gets to hear about it.
Yeah. Sick.
So I'm super pumped. This has been more of like a kakpraat session.
Yeah, well, that's what we do.
Yeah, but we also haven't had a kakpraat session in a while in terms of the podcast.
Yeah.
So it's been great, dude. What's your favorite music at the moment?
Well, seeing as Mike's going to see them, Fit for an Autopsy.
Dude, we've been watching those videos nonstop.
Yes,
those live videos. Where are the live videos?
So they were in a studio somewhere. It was a live studio recording, and according to his vocals, every time in between songs, it was for Trivium. We're doing a show, and they were the opening act for a live studio recording. And those videos are so sick. That band is
it's on their page. It's live videos from their
so
page.
good.
Let's see if I
But I mean, what I love about it is like they're not only brutal, they are just groovy. Everything is tasteful. Nothing's overplayed, but yet
filmed at the
played
machine
well.
shop.
Oh, it's so sick.
That's the same place where Upon a Burning Body recorded.
Yes, yeah.
Place,
So
yeah.
I think they obviously have like a live studio recording
They're really
channel
good.
or something. Yo,
You know my
so
gripe
good.
with them, eh?
Yeah.
What?
No.
Not the music. Got nothing to do with the music.
The fact that he just is
So deadpan serious,
so
dude.
dry. So I mean,
I'm
he
like,
is
come on, bro. Like, I know you're playing death metal, but like, just have a little bit of fun.
deathcore.
Did I say death metal?
You said death metal.
No, well, deathcore. I don't know the difference anyway. Sue me.
It's deathcore. Well, I would call it deathcore. I'm sure they may be classified as something else, as there's so many
but
genres.
Also, like, I'm bad person to ask because, like, I'm like always want to be like having fun and doing the stuff, even though it's like heavy music, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Speaking of heavy music, we got another revision today for our brand new single.
Who's this?
Atlantic South.
Sorry, I can't keep up with which band you're talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know how to take that.
Yeah.
Good
The
or
wrong
bad?
way.
But yeah, for Atlantic South, look, sounding good. The boys are happy. So expect to soon.
Is this the new song that?
New song?
Yeah, I heard like a few of the earlier mixes.
Mm-hmm.
Flip, it sounds
Those
sick.
are demos, dude.
Yeah. And I mean, Joel is what a fit, eh?
You know, you're in a good place.
You guys have been very lucky with vocalists.
Yes.
Luke, Carl and Joel. I mean,
it's the table view massive.
Yeah. And they're all really good friends, which just happen to work out. That wasn't a planned thing.
Wasn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
No, I'm just joking. But the one thing, it's so funny. It's, you know, you're in a good place when you open your Instagram and the one thing everybody is having a contentious discussion surrounding is a pig squeal.
Yeah.
And he's like, we've got a poll currently going on Atlantic South going, does the pig squeal stay or does it go?
Is this Joel's pig squeal?
Yes.
Okay.
And we're all currently, well, I'm saying yes, Damien's saying yes, Joel's saying yes.
Well, of course, Joel's saying yes. He did the pig squeal.
No, but it's fun. It adds
some
fun.
You're trying
flavor.
So you're trying to say that the one guitarist and the bassist is saying no pig squeal?
No response yet.
Okay.
No response yet. I haven't actually put my vote in the poll as yet. So these guys, if they're going to be listening, they'll be like, this guy, he's waiting for everybody else to vote.
Charles is just like, I don't care, just get the song done and let's
Charles
play.
Is like, yeah, bro, don't worry about it.
Let's just play.
I don't listen to the vocals anyway.
I only hear my guitar.
Yeah, I'm only concentrating on the rhythm. So it's been so much fun, bro. It's been a lot of fun.
Do you have a date yet?
No.
Okay.
No. We want the song. Well, we want to do it early November.
Yeah.
So early November it'll be out. We've got some visuals and stuff that we're working on.
Yeah, I saw a snippet of that as well, and that's for the same song, hey?
We'll see.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see. We haven't made a final call yet, but we have footage to slot.
It looks really cool and sounds great as well.
Yeah, dude, this is why this has all come back because we've got the energy, like it's running through my veins again.
Yeah.
I've got the passion. I want to do this.
The second wind.
2.0, baby.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I mean, I've just turned 39.
Old.
I thought you were going to say something else. But I just turned 39, bro. And like, I'm not saying time's running out, but I'm just going to make the most of it.
No, of course.
While I'm still young. So fucking.
And everyone's getting old, bro, every day.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
What's an age?
I'm pumped. I'm like, how quick was this to set up and just sit down and have a chat, get it out to the ether?
I don't know. I just sat down and chatted. I didn't do any setting up.
Exactly. Or you were here. You just did nothing.
I just looked at you and laughed while you were setting up.
Well, it took 2 seconds.
Well,
But, you. It takes me longer to psych myself up to get going.
It actually took you longer
else.
to get changed than to actually set up.
Breaking the fourth
He did his
wall.
hair first, and then he had to put a cap on. And
Listen,
then,
bro,
the
I was
cap
wearing
off
a lime green hoodie. I was wearing a lime green hoodie, and I put shoes on because my feet were cold. I'm wearing the same pants.
Oh,
no, I'm not.
He's not wearing the same.
Busted. But, you know, I try my best. Got to look good for the people. You know what I'm saying? Gotta
Try harder.
System, you know,
What?
teal is the right color.
I actually want one of those shirts. You must let me know. No, not have. You must let me know when you do another order.
I don't think we're gonna do more.
Oh, okay, well, fine then. I
think we've
one.
got some for you though, if you want.
I don't want some. I just want.
Well,
one.
got one.
Okay, there we go.
We know you're an extra small, so we've got plenty of those. Dude, let's wrap this bad boy up. Let's make it a short one.
Yeah.
Let's,
Actually, I don't think it was that short. I think
wasn't
that
it
was
that short?
No, I don't.
It's
I've got
gonna
no
be
idea.
Shorter than an hour. But
Felt like longer, but yeah. I was going to say, when you have fun, things go long.
We could go forever and ever.
Because this is just what we do.
Exactly. But, well, we said fit for an autopsy. The Art is Murder. We're going to hear about that with Mike Pocock tomorrow. That'll be released maybe in a week's time or whatever. Rugby this weekend.
Rugby.
UFC. The UFC will be
major UFC 2 weeks time.
Man, so much to look forward to. My birthday was great.
Oh yeah, there we go. Birthdays.
My birthday was lekker. Had some fun with my folks, but I'm just keen to have a good weekend. So This is Papa G's house. It's good to have you all around. Jarredsworld is a loser. Just joking. Thank you for coming, Jared. Look out for some new episodes. It's been a fun little loose one talking about sports stuff that I really, really enjoy.
Yep.
So subscribe, hit us in the comments. This is a bit of a silly one. Give us suggestions. Do all that kind of stuff. Until next time. Peace.
I don't want to go anywhere else. I want to go to Baba Jesus.
Yeah, that's where we're going.